So, got sound, right? Yeah. Hi, everyone on Facebook. Welcome to Nothing online free mini class that I always do every 2 weeks. A little bit the last minute notification that I just announced yesterday. I'll try to announce a little bit earlier next time. Today's online mini class, we are gonna do Cakepop. Okay, it's a kind of mm, popular among the kids and also of course adults. Yeah, oh, very bright. Okay, hello, Elaine. Welcome. Hi, 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 hi. Ivy. Hi, hi. I'm Serena. If you don't know who I am, Serena. I see many students who have been to my class before. Okay, welcome to my online class, which I share every 2 weeks. Today we are gonna do cake pop. Cake pop, very to me, it's cute, yes, but a little bit kiddish. I do that too, but usually my preference is flower piping and something more artistic and mature. Okay, but definitely there are many people who like cute stuff, so that's why I do know how to learn how to do that as well. Hi, hi everyone. Okay, now today, without further ado, let's start. I will start off with making a very basic vanilla cake. Okay, this probably is the most basic vanilla cake they have ever seen. Okay, we just need four basic ingredients: egg, sugar, cake flour, and a little bit of oil. Okay, just four basic ingredients that we're gonna use to make this vanilla cake. Okay, recipe will be posted on the Facebook group. Okay, it's a Facebook group. You want to search for Hi Lynette. You want to search for the Facebook group. Go to www.nantang.com/mini MINI. Okay, let's go. I will first measure my egg and sugar. So I have one egg inside and sugar 25 grams. Okay. Again, recipe will be posted later on. Sugar and egg. And I'm gonna start off beating that until the volume increase, like almost triple the amount. It will take some time. Definitely almost impossible to use your hand to do the beating. It will be too tiring. So you will need a hand mixer. Okay, at least a hand mixer. This is a small quantity, so hand mixer will do. You don't need a big machine. Okay, let's start beating egg and sugar. Okay. Okay. If you see the close up, you can see that the egg is totally almost like white color. Okay, it's very pale and fluffy now. Okay, because we beat a lot of air inside. With the hand mixer, the whisk attachment, the function is to add air inside. So beating air, it will lighten the color of the eggs and make it fluffy. And this air inside is the one that make your cake soft and spongy. So you need enough air so that your cake is not dense and heavy. Okay, so this amount is almost like soft cake consistency. Okay, if you can see a little almost soft cake, not soft cake. I'll show you here. It's still a little bit droopy, okay, but not like watery. Okay, and I'm gonna sip in cake flour. Okay, this is the cake flour that I use. It's a very typical one from Honghua. Sip in because usually the flour is quite rough. If you don't sip in, you get lumps. And with a spatula, we're gonna do folding method. Okay, we're gonna do this, cutting in the middle and flipping up. Cutting in from the middle and flipping up. Cutting, middle, and flipping up. Again, Stephanie, please wait for this whole session to be over and recipe will be posted on the group. Okay, be patient. We'll wait until the end of this session. Focus on the process. Then you see the recipe later. Okay. Cutting, flipping, and flipping until you don't see any more flour. Okay, the texture of the egg is kind of thick. It's still thick. It's nothing too watery, like flowing like water. Okay, it's still quite fluffy. If you continue to fold, even though the flour is already folded in, it will become dense because you remove too much air. Okay, so don't overdo it. After flour is folded in, we will add in oil, vegetable oil. My vegetable oil is canola oil. Okay, and do the same folding method. Cutting from the middle and flipping up. Cutting from the middle and flipping up until you don't see the oil. There's no separation between the egg mixture and the oil. Same, do not overdo it. Okay, if your batter become very watery, probably you overdo it. Okay, you can see it's kind of like custard, quite thick. Okay, not like spreading out like water. It's quite a thick consistency. Okay, yeah, you can use corn oil, olive oil. If you use olive oil that has smell, then maybe there will be a little bit of smell on your vanilla cake. So if you use those olive oil that doesn't have smell, it will be more ideal. Okay, now well mixed, we're gonna transfer into a baking pan and just bake. Go ahead and bake about 170 to 180 degree. This is a small quantity. I think it will take just 15 minutes to 20 minutes. Okay, and also depends on the pan size. Over here, the pan size doesn't matter because you're gonna break down and tear the cake later into small pieces. So if you use a bigger pan, then the baking time is reduced because it's a wider baking surface. You use a smaller pan, then maybe you need to bake longer. So it depends on what's the size of your pan you use as well. Okay, this is just a 6-inch pan. About 15 to 20 minutes baking time. Okay, so baking is done. I want to throw it into the oven. Maybe if I'm just done, if the cake is done before this session, and I'll show it to you how the cake looks like. I already have like some ready-made ones, so you don't wait 20 minutes for the cake to be done and cool down and no less waiting time. Okay, so cake is done. Yeah. Any questions? Type in the comment. Like just now, people type on the comment, and when it show on the screen, I will answer it when I see it. Okay. Friends on Instagram, you can also type on the comments. So maybe when you check later, we will answer your question. Okay, now is the cake pop making process. So the cake process baking is done. You can definitely use other kind of cake, chocolate cake, red velvet cake, any kind of cake is possible. Okay, but recommended type of cake to use is those kind of cake that use oil inside instead of butter. Okay, like any kind of a chiffon cake is okay because they use oil. Try not to use pound cake kind of a recipe. It's too heavy and too oily. Okay, so that just now the vanilla cake is well consider a good choice because it use oil inside. Okay, um, let's talk about cake pop. A few things to note about cake pop. We're doing the ice cream style kind of cake pop. So I already prepared my ice cream cone. Okay, I just buy from NTUC. It's a regular size, but I cut it. Okay, if you're wondering why it is so small, I cut it. Okay, you can cut it and um, get ready some sprinkles. And of course, the cake you can make one day before, let it cool down totally. Keep in the fridge will be most ideal for cake. So when you use it and roll it later, it's still a little bit cold. So and when you dip the chocolate, it will set faster. Best working condition for cake pop is in aircon condition. If it's in like a room temperature condition, it will take longer for the chocolate to set. Okay, I'm using compound chocolate. You pass me my compound chocolate. Okay, my chocolate. Okay, compound chocolate. And I melted my chocolate using microwave. Okay, you can use double boiling process with a pot of water bath, hot water, and put your chocolate bowl over to melt it. No problem. Okay, it's not an issue. Okay, but I use microwave just to speed things up, and microwave tend to not increase the temperature of the chocolate too much. Okay, if your chocolate is too hot, it's very hard to dip. Okay, when you want to dip, it's when the chocolate is hot. You want to dip, is it's gonna take very long to set first thing, and the chocolate is gonna be very thin because it's too runny, too watery. Okay, I use compound chocolate, Van Houten. Okay, you can use any other brand as long as the quality is good. What is a good quality chocolate? When you melt it fully, it's smooth. Okay, no lumps, and it's at a watery consistency. Watery consistency. It's not like too thick, like ganache. No. Okay, it's a watery consistency. Okay, there's a dark chocolate version. Okay, this is white chocolate. With white chocolate, you can make many different colors. Okay, with the dark chocolate, just brown or light brown. That's all. Okay, so the white chocolate version, you can make different colors. What coloring am I using? I'm using candy oil color. Candy oil color. Okay, for chocolate, you have to use oil-based color. So no gel color. Okay, the typical gel color is more for jelly, cake, or it can be used for buttercream. But hot chocolate it doesn't really blend very well because gel color is more water-based product. Okay, for chocolate, you really have to use oil-based coloring. Okay, question. It asks, may I know what can I use to hold the cone if we do not have the holder like the one you are using? Styrofoam. Just use styrofoam. Maybe you need to cut a hole, trim a hole on your styrofoam. You can use styrofoam. Typically, you use styrofoam, but of course, if you have this kind of cute stand, you can use it and nice for photo. Styrofoam not so nice for photo, but it's a function wise it works. Again, we have to select the percentage of chocolate. Now, compound chocolate don't really care much about the percentage. It's more of the temperature. Compound usually is quite standard, the percentage inside. And anyway, there's no cocoa butter inside. Okay, so if you don't know the difference, compound and commercial chocolate, they are different. Okay, compound chocolate, also known as coating chocolate, inside compound chocolate, the oil that make the chocolate is vegetable oil, whereas the commercial chocolate inside, the oil that is made using the commercial chocolate is cocoa butter. Okay, cocoa butter from cocoa tree. So it's a two separate kind of ingredient inside. Compound chocolate is a cheaper alternative, but it's more for decorative purpose. It can coat and set fast. Converter chocolate is more for pastries and professional French decoration where you want a shiny effect for it. Converter chocolate will require you to temper the chocolate. What is temper? In short, it's more of melting the chocolate at a certain temperature and cooling down the chocolate at a certain temperature. So different kind of chocolate will have this tempering degree temperature that you need to follow in order for the converted chocolate to set properly. So if you don't temper properly, it will not set. Okay, so don't use converted chocolate. Use compound chocolate for Cakepop, or like you want to do a deco donut, for example, it's all compound chocolate. Okay. Another question, usually how long do we microwave the chocolate? Because I burn my chocolate in microwave. Yeah, you burn it because it's too hot or you do it for too long duration. So you just have to either reduce the duration of putting inside the microwave. Instead of 1 minute, you know that your microwave is too strong. You put 30 seconds. Yeah, just cut the duration and melt slowly. Be patient. Don't put like 5 minutes inside the microwave. It will burn naturally. So reduce the duration. Okay, melt slowly. Okay, no more question. Let me start decorating. Okay, let me wear my gloves. So I have a cake here and my chocolate. Okay, let me sit down over here. Okay. We're gonna crush the cake and separate into like cake crumbs. Okay, separating it, not like squeezing them. Do not squeeze your cake first. Okay, separate into like cake crumbs. Okay. Okay, you almost get like everything fine and no big crumbs, big pieces of cake crumbs like this. Okay, then we need to add something inside for it to combine. Okay, if you watch video or even make cake pop before, you need to squash them tightly and make into like a ball. If you're making a ball shape, make into a ball, and it's supposed to be dense. Okay, so if you watch video, most will recommend to tell you to put buttercream or put chocolate ganache inside, add them and mix them and squeeze them into a dense ball. But for me, I don't do ganache or buttercream. You have to make something else. Okay, you simply just need to add milk. Okay, just milk will do because you just need something wet or something kind of a liquid to combine the cake together. So milk can be done. Just buy and add and mix. You don't need to make a new item. Okay, add some milk inside and try to squash them now. Now you can squash them. Okay, squeeze and combine them. I managed to combine them, okay, but you need to check, is it enough? Is it enough liquid inside? Okay, it cannot be dry. So how to check? Okay, take a small piece of cake dough and try to roll into a ball. Okay, I cannot roll into a ball. It just keeps separating because it's too dry. Okay, so what does it mean? You need to add more liquid to make it more dense and easy to combine. So I'll add an amount of milk again and mix. So a dough, okay, and do the same way of checking again. Okay, squeeze and now try to roll into a ball. Okay, I can roll into a ball. Okay, it's not like separating, not cracking, not separating. Okay, first check, pass. Second check, look at your cake ball. Does it look smooth and a little bit shiny? And there's no big cracks. Okay, if you see the close-up one, those who can see close-up one, you can see it's smooth, round ball, no big crack. So this cake ball is a pass as well. Okay, so you can roll into a ball and smooth, no cracks. Okay, so good. This one is done. Okay, and I'll roll the other one. So this is how you check if your cake ball is ready or not. Smooth and no cracks and round. It tends to be a little bit shiny. Okay, but if you add more liquid, more milk, it will be meshy already. It will be too wet. So we cannot go to that stage where you put too much liquid. Okay, it will be like a mashed potato, kind of wet mashed potato. No. So not too much liquid as well. You have to add little bit by little bit. Okay. Okay. So I have two cake ball. Good. Oops. Okay. And now, let's do the first step, which is to dip my chocolate cone and dip into my sprinkle. Okay. Okay. Just dip like 3 ml amount of the top of the cone. Dip and dip inside your sprinkles. You can choose any kind of sprinkles, okay? The rainbow sprinkles is just thousand and hundred and thousand. it's it's the most common kind of sprinkles, okay? You can use that and find that easily. Okay, this done. I will do another one, another sprinkles. Same deep, about 3 mm thickness, and dip into your sprinkles. This is the heart shaped sprinkles, pretty cute as well. Okay, it's just visually nice. If you don't do this layer, it just look a little bit raw. Okay, not so nice. So we add this layer and wait for the chocolate on the cone to set. Okay, before you attach the cake ball on the cone, this must set. Okay, if you see closer, if the chocolate is shiny and wet looking, it's not set. Okay, very hard to see on the video, but you have to wait for a while for the chocolate to set before we attach the cake ball. Okay. As you make, the chocolate start to cool down. Okay. Now the chocolate is not hot from the beginning. It's just tiny little bit warm. Okay. But it will start to set because it will start to cool down and set. When it's set, you just have to put back into microwave and just 10 seconds or 15 seconds max. Okay. And it will melt back to the watery consistency. Okay. Any questions so far? No more question. Wait a little while. This is almost set. Okay, just maybe 1 minute for safe. The cake is done. Okay, pretty fast. Okay, the cake is done. So a little bit brown color. Like that. Okay, light brown color, and standard. Use toothpick to check if it's clean. The come out clean. Is that okay? And let it cool down before you use it. Now it's hot. Cannot use it. Okay, if you use it now, your chocolate will never set. Okay, so cake is done. Okay, so this is set. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to attach the cake ball. Okay, we're gonna dip this cake ball about 1/4. Deep about 1/4. Okay, like this, and put it on top of the ice cream cone. Okay, if you can see, the chocolate coating, the layer is high. You can still see the layer. Okay, you must see the layer. You cannot dip like really a little bit that it didn't attach and touch the chocolate didn't touch the cone. Okay, it must be an amount that the cake is with the chocolate is touching the cone like this. Okay, one more time. Let's do the other one. Okay, about 1/4 deep, and on top of the cone. Okay, make sure you can still see your chocolate line. Okay, if you didn't see your chocolate line when you put on the cone, means it's too little chocolate. You need to dip a little bit deeper. Okay, so it's done, and again we have to wait for it to set. Okay, so if you see it's a shiny looking, it's not set, you have to wait. Okay, Cakepop is little bit time consuming. Okay, not a little bit, it's very time consuming. And if you have the perception that cake pop is easy, I think you are very wrong. Okay, maybe you try it and you will tell me that okay, actually cake pop is not easy. And many people have the concept that cake pop is easy for kids. Actually, not easy. Cake pop is time consuming and many small details to think about. It's fun, but messy, and to do it properly, you need to take note of many things. For example, waiting for the chocolate set, you have to be patient. You cannot go ahead and dip your cake pop when the chocolate is not set. The cake will drop. Okay. Eileen asks, where know what is that white chocolate? Van Houten compound chocolate. Compound chocolate. Okay, compound chocolate that I got from Bunghua. Okay, any other brands should be able to use. You just have to check the quality. When you melt it, it's a watery consistency. Wow, I know how to read, but I don't understand that. To ko one to suk tui. What's the meaning of that? 안녕하세요, 제시. Brenda asks, can I use cultured chocolate? I think you are referring to converted chocolate. Okay, maybe you missed out the previous part when I talk about compound and converter. Recommended not to use converter chocolate as you need to temper it. And if you don't temper it properly, it will not work. Right. 中秋节快乐. Yes. That's the meaning of 初熟. 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 Wait. I actually learned Korean yesterday night, and I can remember the word to so it's mid autumn, right? Mid autumn, the meaning of mid autumn. My chocolate, a little bit more, just a little bit more, just for safe. If you are impatient, you can throw the whole thing to the fridge. Okay, guarantee 20 seconds later it will reset. Okay, if you really don't want to wait. Okay. Okay, before you dip, make sure your chocolate is still runny consistency. Okay, not too thick. Okay, I can dip this now. You have to dip the whole thing until the chocolate is touching the sprinkles. Okay, not halfway through. It will look odd. Really touching the sprinkles. Dip the whole thing straight in. Okay, touching the sprinkles and up. And gently shake a little bit. You can tap your hand a little bit for the extra chocolate to flow faster. But do not be vigorous and tap your hand very hard and shake very hard. The cake pop will drop. Okay, be gentle with it. When it's almost done, the extra chocolate almost done dripping, put it up, tap your hand, and you get a nice smooth finishing. Okay. No, there's one thing we need to do now. Is the ear. I'm gonna do a cat. Okay. So I'm gonna attach the ear. I am using pistachio nut. You can use almond nut. Anything that is like ear shape. Okay. Just poke it into the cake while it's still a little bit wet. Poke into the cake and wait for the chocolate to set. And we're gonna do second dipping. Okay. You decide which part of the cake pop looks nicer. Okay, as the front. So wait for this to set. Okay. Brenda asks, will it dry out if you keep putting in the fridge or sweat when you bring them out? If you just put 20 seconds, nothing will happen. It will start to sweat when you put for too long, 1 hour inside, and you bring it out to aircon condition. The fridge condition is below 10 degree. The aircon condition is about 20 degree. The difference in temperature will make it sweat. But if you just put 20 seconds, nothing will happen. And I don't know what you mean by dry out because we want the chocolate to dry and set. So that's why we put in the fridge. Just a few seconds, 20 seconds, not like 1 hour. Okay, you can put in the fridge. Once you complete it, put in the box or airtight container is the best. Okay, put in the fridge, and when you want to eat it, you take out the box, leave the box outside for 10-15 minutes before you open it. Okay, that is to prevent it from sweating. The sudden drastic change in temperature won't happen. Okay. Elaine asks, may I know how we usually store the cake pop and how long will it last? I mentioned how to store it just now already. How long will it last? Usually 1 week. Okay, usually 1 week in the fridge. Is cake pop is quite it's a dense kind of texture, dense chewy texture. It's not like chiffon, like a bit fluffy. It's not that texture. So it has a lot of moisture inside the cake. So it doesn't dry and change texture easily, especially when there's a coat of chocolate outside. So 1 week will be okay in the fridge. Okay. Oh, got a lot of questions. Wait, let me think this first. Uh, maybe I want to Pooh Bear. Okay. Same thing, deep until it's touching the sprinkles. Tap your can, gentle. Tap, 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 tap. Wait for most of the chocolate to finish dripping. Okay. And then again, bring up, tap your hand 1-2 times, and you see a smooth surface already. Okay, you really must make sure that almost finish dripping the extra chocolate, then you turn up. Okay, if there's still too much chocolate on it, it will start to flow and drip downwards. Okay, that is when there's too much chocolate left. And maybe I'll try a bear looking kind of cake pop for this. Let me put M&Ms, a round looking ears. Okay, more round looking ears. Same press into the cake while the chocolate is still kind of wet. Okay. Oh, can you now see the difference between this and this? Difficult to see in the video, yeah. This is shiny. This is shiny. This is matte. This is already set. Chocolate already set coating. This one is shiny looking. It's still wet, so you cannot coat this. You can coat this second layer. Okay, let's coat this second layer. Same thing, dip until the sprinkle part. Tap your hand, let the extra chocolate flow and drip. And almost done. You don't see much of the chocolate dripping. Flip over and tap your hand a few times and let the drip mark smoothen out. Okay. Where is my front? Maybe this is my front. Okay. and set again. Okay. So I think this is a cat design. This is a bear design. This mm, two coating usually is sufficient. Usually, but if you think that it's not sufficient, you can still see the cake color. Especially if you use chocolate cake, then you might want to go for the third coating. Okay, so this coating is enough for me. Okay, I need to start melting this chocolate. Is 20% set. So let put into the microwave for 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds for the consistency. Okay, let me answer question. Dorothy asked, what's the size of the cake ball to round into ball? This one is about 30 grams. Okay, go by weight. 30 grams. You can roll and check does it fit your cone. Okay, if you never cut the cone, you need a bigger cake. Okay, if you cut the cone like me, I cut into a mini size cone, the ball is the 30 gram. Okay, I'm gonna use like a brown color for my bear design. I don't like this dark brown. It's a little bit too dark for me. So I lighten it with some like the gray color. This is gray color. A little bit more. Okay, lighter brown. This is time to set. Yeah, this is already set. If you can see the difference, more matte and more shiny looking. Okay, so this one I'm gonna dip a second round. Same, touching the sprinkles. Okay, check all around and tap your hand. Let the extra chocolate drip. Can you pass me a small piping bag? Okay, almost finished dripping. Flip over and tap your hand. So the drip mark will smoothen. Okay. This Cakepop bear. And just wait for it to set again. Okay. This one almost set. I want to make like the ear. Once I have the ear a bit dark brown color. Because cat is not just one color usually. So make it more fun. Dip one side of the ear. Okay. Make like this. So it has a two color. One brown and one gray for the ear. Okay, so the bear and the cat is two coated twice. I think it's enough. Okay, now I will do some small decoration. For the cat, I will draw the facial expression. For the bear, let me show you one thing, which is fondant. So usually in Cakepop, there are some elements that you can use fondant to decorate. Okay, not just drawing using chocolate or sprinkles. You can also use fondant for decoration wise. Okay, make sure your hand is clean when you are touching fondant. Okay. I just need small little bit of white fondant for the bear. Okay. Before you use fondant, do knead a little bit. Okay. Before you use it and roll into a ball shape. Okay, I'm gonna do like the bare nose area. Okay, so ball shape like this. It gets sticky. Fondant gets sticky is definitely normal. So if you think it's too sticky, keep sticking on a hand, you prepare some cornstarch. Okay, cornstarch to dust it on your hand a little bit, so it doesn't stick too much on your fingers. Okay, let me check if it feels maybe a little bit too big. Let me redo again. Knee and roll into a ball, and I'm gonna flatten it. And see, does it fit? Yeah, kind of fit. You check if you can attach the fondant directly on the Cakepop. Usually when it's a bit sticky, you can attach it. Okay, if you have too much cornstarch on your hand, your fondant gets too dry, it doesn't stick, then you use a little bit of chocolate to attach the fondant. Okay, but this one sticks pretty well, so I'll just leave it as it is. Okay, I don't need to use chocolate to stick. So both already set. I'm gonna show you how to draw. Okay. The drawing part is usually where everyone will start to complain in the class. I don't want to draw. I cannot draw well. Usually, that's what I always encounter during class when I say you have to draw now, and everyone was like, I don't want to draw. But do try your best, okay? It's one of the technique you need to learn for Cakepop drawing. Just simple drawing the eyes, the and the nose, not too difficult. You can practice on the paper first, okay? If you're not sure, practice on the paper. Hold your piping bag properly, okay? That is the most important. And draw on the paper. Something stuck. The chocolate will start to set fast in the piping bag, so you have to work a little bit fast if possible. Set okay. Microwave 10 seconds. Okay, maybe the temperature of the chocolate is too cold, so it's set really fast at this range. Let me answer question first. Okay. SKRs, could you share how to color the white chocolate again, like purple color, oil color? Oil color. We use oil color. Okay, I'll show you one brand that I use. You can buy from Bung Huat as well. It just say oil based color. Okay, it will say oil based color. Okay. So this is a brand from Malaysia. Okay, and see oil-based food color. Oil-based food color. Okay, you just read. It will tell you is it oil or not. Okay, oil-based color. Just add the color in and mix it. Okay, I'm adding pink into the gray, so it look like a little bit like purple. Okay, so that's just stir until it change color. That's all. Okay, that's the coloring. Oiling us means we store in airtight box without using the stand. Am I right? Yeah. Don't keep on the stand like this. Okay, first the ice cream cone will start to turn soggy. Okay, it will turn soggy if you just put the whole thing like this in the fridge. Okay, it will absorb the moisture from your fridge and turn soggy. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Just do it on the cake top. Okay, let me draw the hair, cute little hair. Oh, set really fast the chocolate here. Okay, and eyes. I like big eyes. It looks cuter. Okay, and the mouth. Tiny little nose. Let me extend the hair a little bit. Okay. The cat. Can you see the cat? Ah, you can draw the whiskers. But usually I never draw the whiskers. I think it's just cute itself like that. You can draw the whiskers if you want. Okay. That's the cat version. And the bear version. For the bear version, you can consider making your chocolate darker. So add a black color. Okay, so it will be different from the base color. Oh, set really fast. My chocolate. Again, big eyes. Okay, see, and nose. Oh, yeah. When your chocolate set too fast, it's difficult to manage. Okay, ta-da! Can you see? There, like I recommended, we can darken the color, make like almost black color, so it's more visible, or lighten the brown color. Okay, so done for my two ice cream cake pop. Ta-da! This. Yeah. Okay. I don't see. Done and ready to eat. Okay, you can eat it cold if you want. It's not a problem. Question: is there any way to use water base? One way to use water base, you can try diluting the gel color in oil, like vegetable oil. Okay, so you mix the gel color with vegetable oil and mix into your chocolate. It might blend better because gel base is water. Water and oil, they are not friends. Okay, it's very hard to blend them well. You have to force them together. And you can try this way, adding the gel into vegetable oil before adding into chocolate to mix. Okay. SK asks, could you share when would you choose to use gel color powder, liquid, or oil-based color? Gel color usually for buttercream or cake. Gel color is most commonly used. Can use for almost everything, but for chocolate specifically is just oil-based color for chocolate. Liquid color usually for agar-agar or jelly or topping cream. What's that? Or airbrush. Right, airbrush. Liquid color can use for airbrush. If you try, it's not so commonly used in Singapore. But in the previous class that we hosted, we use liquid color for airbrush because it must be liquid and thin enough to spray out the gun. So liquid color is for airbrush. And I remember it's also good for topping cream. Not common also in Singapore. Topping cream is more from Vietnam. And the powder color usually is used for also water-based kind of product like bean paste. We use powder color a lot on for bean paste. The Korean bean paste flour or wagashi, we use natural color. And I also know that it's commonly used for agar-agar as well, for natural color in the powder form. Okay, sometimes you might need to, because it's powder and dry form, you might need to mix into water first before you add into the whole bowl of agar-agar. Okay, yeah, just different type for different kind of cake or cream or paste, etc. Is it possible to see the inner part of the cake pop, please? Inner part, so you want me to cut the cake pop? Sure, let's kill them. There's a Instagram question. Do you just use normal chocolate and melt it? We use compound chocolate. I think I've been repeating from the very beginning. Is compound chocolate is compound chocolate. Those who miss the front part, please go and watch this video again. That is on Facebook group. My Facebook group www.nanateng.com/mini MINI. Click search that link and click and join the group. Also accept you in, and you can watch the video again and again. Okay, just look for this video. It's a compound chocolate. Okay. Let's kill the cake pop. You want to see the inner? I'm so sorry. Maybe let me take a picture first before I kill them. Okay. Let's amen. Cut. Okay. Ta-da. Just like this. It's really just cake inside. It's you remember you squash the cake so there's no air inside. Okay, so nothing fluffy and soft. It's all squashed into a cake dough kind of texture. Okay, so when you cut it, you get this. All right. Ta-da! Okay. Any more questions you have for me for today's class, Cakepop class? As I mentioned, recipe for the vanilla cake, the simple vanilla cake will be posted at the end of this session. Please do give me time to post, as we don't have a big team. It's just a few of us. And you can watch this video. When this ends, this video will be on the Facebook group. Okay, you can scroll and search for this video and rewatch again and again whenever you want. Okay, the next online mini class will be in 2 weeks' time. I will think again what to share in 2 weeks' time. If you have something you really want to learn, you can type in the comment and you can be our consideration as well. Okay, I think that's about it on my end. Anyway, this is the online class. If you are interested in hands-on class, which you do it by yourself, hands-on in my studio. Okay, you can go to my website nanatech.com and search for the studio workshop. Okay, I'm in the midst of updating November schedule. Now it's almost October. Some classes are full, so be a little bit quick if you want to sign up for those popular classes. Okay, and look out for November class and December one. There might be some interesting one like Christmas theme or more towards kids team that they can join together with the mother or even their siblings, etc. So go to my website, nothing.com, to search for the scheduled classes. Okay, what is the Facebook account again? If you see the bottom of the screen, can you see it's scrolling? The word is scrolling. Okay, welcome everyone to Nathan's online live session. Today we will be sharing how to create super cute ice cream cake pop. More information and recipe on www.nathanc.com/mini. So search for the group www.nathanc.com/mini. Okay, search for that group, join that group. I will accept you in, and you can find past classes, past online classes, and also some sharing about baking technique and classes. Okay, welcome. I think that's about it. It's time for me to panggang. Bye everyone. Thank you. I hope you enjoy my class and bye friends on Instagram. Let's end Instagram first. See you in 2 weeks time and do follow me on Facebook. Nana Tang. Bye bye.